Hello YouTube, my name is Gauntlet, and today I will talk about how to play Day 1 in the new Call of War 1.5 update. The first thing, of course, is picking your nation. I picked Ukraine because I haven't tried the Comintern Doctrine yet, so I want to try that out. And also, it's in a relatively good geographic position. It's centrally located in the Eurasian continent. It has borders with other countries, but they're not too bad. They're relatively defensible. Of course, when you pick your nation, you always want to keep in mind that nation's doctrine, geography, and their resources. So let's take a look at Ukraine's resources. 4 rare, 3 oil, 4 metal, 3 goods, and 2 food. So food's going to be a problem for me. And of course, when you pick your nation, it's good to always keep in mind that certain doctrines do better with certain resources. So Comintern usually needs a lot of food to power their mostly infantry armies. Axis needs a lot of oil to power their armored and mobile armies, while allied nations usually need a lot of rare and also a lot of oil for their massive air forces. So I'm not in the best situation in terms of having plenty of food for my army, but I have other resources, so I will have to balance my economy and also build my army around the resources I have, which means I'll probably be going into research that favors my large rare production and my large metal production. The hardest transition from 1.0 to 1.5 is knowing what to build and when to build it. And so before you even pick your nation, you want to kind of have an idea of what your starting army wants to look like, so that you don't build buildings that are wasteful. So Ukraine, I know it has lots of rare, I know it has Comintern Doctrine, which means Comintern Doctrine is really good at rocket artillery, really good at infantry, and also is pretty good at these ordnance units. So I'm going to be focusing on these, and this. Which means I need to build secret labs, I need to build ordnance foundries, and I need to build barracks. I'm not going to worry about tanks for right now, and I'm not going to worry about aircraft. So building an aircraft factory, a naval dockyard, and even a tank factory would be wasteful. So I'm just going to build right here barracks, secret lab, do ordnance foundry, and maybe I'll do one tank plant, why not? I only want to have to build one of these per urban province to save resources. And the reason why I do these buildings before industry is because industry takes a lot longer to build, and I want to be able to produce units right away. I don't want to have to wait 12 hours before I could start building my production center and build units from it. So, you no longer build a barracks in each of these urban centers. I would only build a lot of barracks if I had plenty of food and plenty of goods, which I do not, so I'm going to focus on other things. Maybe like, 4 food if you were Turkestan and you had 4 food, then I could see building 2 or 3 barracks to really start pumping out infantry. But now you want to be more diverse in general. So once you have your template for the early army, you have your buildings built, and you start building industry in provinces that have resources that you really need or lack, then you can start picking your targets. Pick an enemy to attack and expand quickly, and of course get all of that plunder, all of those resources, and also more urban centers to build these production centers in, so you can build more units more quickly. So I'm going to build industry in all 5 of my urban centers just to start with, and I'll start building level 2 probably in Odessa because food is something I lack very much. Another thing to keep in mind that is different from 1.0 is that you should not buy resources off the market right away. Don't buy the cheap stuff right away. So far, I've seen these prices usually drop within a couple days of the game starting. If you're really desperate to buy resources off the market, like if there's a building you really want to build, then sure, buy resources off the market, but usually be conservative with your money, because in 1.5, money is a lot scarcer. And especially if you're new to 1.5, you want to keep some resources in reserve, just in case you make a mistake, like you build the wrong building, you realize, oh wait, I need another secret lab, I really need more rocket artillery. Keep some resources in reserve so you can adjust your economy and make up for mistakes, because we will all be making mistakes in 1.5. We're all kind of noobs now, so be a little bit conservative so you can adjust to the new situations you find yourselves in. For example, let's take a look at my situation right now, about 5 hours into the first day. I've begun building anti-tank in my ordnance foundry. I'm still researching rocket artillery level 1. And I'm doing that because rocket artillery is an awesome tool against unarmored classes, which, as you can see, all nations start with quite a few of these unarmored units. I formed stacks on the border. I'm going to push into central Russia right away. I built an airbase here. I had a starting airbase in Lviv, and I built one in Cherkasy so that my single interceptor could patrol over the border with Russia, and I could see where his units were. I also built one infantry in Odessa, but infantry takes a lot of food to build, and I want to save that food for building rocket artillery, which also takes food. If we just take a quick look at Central Russia, he's built these production centers, which is good job for him, but he has not built any industry. And if we look at him in general, we can see he has not done super well in his Call of War career. So I am quite confident I can win this war and get off to a good start in this 1.5 World at War map. That concludes this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, leave a like, and I will see you on the battlefield.